It was supposed to be one-on-one. Buck Wild TK versus the investment Price Puregold. And we had a gentleman's agreement. We were gonna leave our guys in the back. But TK wants to bring out Father Derek unexpectedly. And then I'm trying to have a conversation with Father Derek, and TK sneaks up on me and steals the win. I'm not very excited about that, not very happy about that. And then Super Beast. Who is this Super Beast guy? He comes out throwing his weight around. I didn't even know we had a commissioner. He wants to try to put me in another match. And then when I refused, he put Cheech in there to tag team with my guys. I like Cheech a lot. I got a lot of respect for Cheech, but he is not greed. All right? You know what? Nah, we're gonna do something about this. I got a phone call to make.
With New Pro coming back, they're gonna have me fight a lot of different people, but they chose to put me in a ring against one of my closest friends. This match isn't against animosity or championships or beating some dude down, no. Jacoby, you are on a path to prove to all the pro wrestling fans, all the wrestlers, all the people that counted you out years ago, how good you are. But one person you don't have to prove yourself to, that's me. I know exactly how good you are. I've been there since the beginning. I know everything you've been through. But you know everything I've done. Every drop of sweat, blood been cut open in the head in matches. Everything I've known to work hard, to be the best, to lead this area. And as good as you are, as much as I believe in you, I gotta win. I gotta go on. I gotta prove that I am exactly what I say I am. All killer. No filler.
The following contest is a singles match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Syracuse, New York. Weighing in 170 pounds, this is the Salt City Sadist. This is Jacoby Riddick. And his opponents, also from Syracuse, New York. Weighing in tonight at 207 pounds, this is the Moonlight Sun. This is Mike Skyros.
These two men go back like Cadillac seats. They are old friends, not bitter rivals like you're used to in professional wrestling. This is a bit of friendly competition between the two men who make up Killer Instinct. We're talking about the Salt City Sadist, Jacoby Riddick, and the Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros.
Peanut butter and jelly, salt and pepper, macaroni and cheese. The Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros, and Jacoby Riddick. All things that go together like a hand in a baseball glove.
Absolutely.
Two gentlemen who know each other very well, train together, they've lived together, and they fight together. And tonight, what a treat we have here in Oneida, New York.
Two very accomplished professional wrestlers out of the Institute of Professional Wrestling. It's arguably these two men know each other better than anybody else on the roster here in New Pro Wrestling. And this is a matter of respect. It's a matter of pride because Mike Skyros is out beating the street every opportunity that he has. He was in Massachusetts the evening prior to this event, out on the road underneath the moonlight, putting in the miles. Jacoby Riddick has not been on shows regularly in quite some time, but he's still putting in the work behind the scenes. This is a test of his skills, if there ever was one.
A test of strength if we have ever seen one here. And you heard the crowd a couple seconds ago chanting both these guys. Much love, admiration, respect for him here. And you know, You know both these gentlemen just like I do. I've been in the ring with both of them before in my career. You got to wonder, what's it going to come down to? Jacoby Riddick is, in my opinion, more of a technical guy now, whereas Skyros, he can go technical but also brawler. I think that's going to have the slight advantage here. One good punch to the jaw can rock you, and that's all it takes. 3 seconds after that.
You make an excellent point, Beast. Absolutely. The thing is, when you're out on the road wrestling different places, every opportunity that you can, you pick up bits of wrestling knowledge everywhere that you go, and maybe that will be the advantage that Skyros has in this particular contest. But what you said is 100% correct. Jacoby Riddick has a deceptive amount of power, and that's why they call him the Salt City Sadist, because he can flex that when he wants to.
You are correct, sir. You know, when I first got into the wrestling game and I was training, I was built and taught the foundation. It was then up to myself to go out and build a house and decorate upon that. And that's what both these gentlemen have done at the Institute of Professional Wrestling. They've built a strong foundation. They went out, they've traveled the highways and byways, up and down the I-90 and other interstates across this beautiful country of ours. But all roads lead to Oneida here, and they want to try to one-up each other. Look at that, though. A little dirty action there. I don't think Skyros was expecting that.
Did not see that coming. Jacoby Riddick starting to show that sadist side. Laying in a couple nice chops. Up until this point, it was pretty tit for tat. It was very evenly matched, showing how well these two know each other. The other always able to contend with their partner. Look at that. That's a display of power right there.
You know, I taught him that.
I believe that. Absolutely believe that.
One day at the gym, I said, hey, Mike, watch this. And I did one.
That was a boot squarely on the jaw to Jacoby Riddick, and Mike Skyros starting to gain the upper hand in this friendly competition.
They're going to no man's land out here. You gotta be careful. While you can technically win the match on the count out, I can assure you and speak for both these men, they don't want to win or lose by count out. They want to decide in the ring.
We want a nice, clean, decisive finish, and I don't think either one of these gentlemen intends on playing those dangerous games, handling fire wind, because when you're on the outside, everything becomes exponentially more dangerous. Wrestling is a game of inches. It doesn't take much for you to be sent to the hospital. Beautiful Northern Lights suplex. Just a single count on that.
Wow.
And a clothesline from Jacoby Riddick, sending Skyros to the outside. His memory is quite good.
This is a definite game of anything you can do, I can do better, because I can do anything better than you.
Jacoby Riddick is very proud of his professional wrestling training, proud of the fact that he has maintained shape despite being in the public eye. No jealousy here, but certainly a bit of one-upsmanship between these two tag team partners. Jacoby Riddick sending Skyros into the ring.
This is most definitely a more vicious side of Jacoby Riddick than I've ever seen or experienced during my time
taking
in the ring.
it to the top rope with a crossbody. Well, let's take a look here. Jacoby Riddick favoring the hand. Seems like something happened on the landing of that crossbody. The Moonlight Sun getting a little bit of breathing room, getting some time to strategize, think about his next move.
No, I am no doctor here, but I know what looks to be a broken hand when I see one. I think he landed and bent the hand backwards.
Hyperextending.
A couple fingers too.
Yes, hyperextending those fingers. The referee calling for some tape. Jacoby Riddick not willing to put a pause on the match or anything. Not. Moonlight Sun, that's great sportsmanship. Correct. Commissioner, this is something that you want to see out of your roster. You want to see, especially in a competition like this with two great friends, you don't want to see anybody get hurt seriously. You want to see him live to fight another day, but Jacoby Riddick wants to fight tonight here at Clash at the Kallet. He's not willing to stop the contest despite some potentially broken fingers. He taped him up and he's ready to continue.
You gotta wonder though, how smart is that? I understand the pride, I understand the wanting to win, but I can tell you from somebody who has fought through injuries, you hurt yourself and you keep fighting through it, you can do a lot more permanent damage.
Couldn't possibly agree more, Beast. It doesn't take much. As we saw, a crossbody hyperextending. It appears to be the fingers, a potential break. We aren't sure, but Jacoby Riddick taping them up and continuing the contest, taking a huge backbreaker from the Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros. He's not taking advantage of the fact that Riddick is potentially injured. He's trying to wrestle this contest clean. He's got more respect for Riddick than that.
I still got a question to say. I remember back, I know a hurt hand is different than a knee or an elbow injury, both of which I have sustained, but like, I kept going and then I was out for a year after having surgery. If there's nerve damage or bone damage to that hand, he could be out actually up to a year if he has to have surgery. He's got to be careful.
I think it's very important to have that professional wrestler's perspective here in the commentary booth, because you're right. Could Jacoby Riddick possibly put his comeback in jeopardy, because he is on the rise again? He's out there on the roads, hitting the trails, trying to make his name, hitting a big knee. He's starting to use the offense of his legs, starting to bring out those powerful kicks that he's known for. But that big-time spine buster that the Moonlight Sun is known for puts Riddick on the mat. A 2 count from referee Ted Stillwell.
Damn, that was a spine buster if I've ever seen one in my life.
Shades of Ron Simmons, a hero of the Moonlight Sun. Both of these men, students of the game, very familiar with professional wrestling history, very much willing to learn, soak up every bit of knowledge that they possibly can from some of the greats in this wonderful sport.
You know, when I wrestled both of these men on individual occasions for multiple fads across the New York State here, they were both very young. We're talking around 2014, 2015 time period. And I gotta say, watching them mature and grow into the combatants you see today, I have a soft spot in my heart for both these men because of it. I absolutely am proud of both these men. Incredible athletes, and we are lucky to have them here at New Pro Wrestling.
Wise words from Commissioner Super Beast. We can't help but show just a tinge of bias because we have known these two gentlemen for their entire careers, and we feel very fortunate to see this special encounter here at Clash at the Kallet. These two men gonna lay it all on the line to bring the fans some great professional wrestling action, as we see when worlds collide, dead center in the ring.
Another prime example of two men that know each other so very well, thinking the same thing. Let's go for that crossbody. You know, I'm surprised that Jacoby went for another crossbody. Why it wasn't as high as the last one. I thought maybe he would stray away from that, especially after hurting his hand the first time. No, he's gonna have to come down onto it again.
Using the left hand to toss the punches, trying to keep the right hand from exacerbating that injury to the fingers, it appears. But now abandoning that idea completely, getting caught up in the heat of the moment like that wonderful Asia tune. It might not be new metal, but it's appropriate for the moment. Going for that Skyfall DDT. But a clothesline from Jacoby Riddick, favoring that hand. Clearly in pain, but unwilling to stop the action. The sound of flesh on flesh reverberating throughout the Oneida Kallet Civic Center.
Have you ever seen 18-wheeler collide with like a Honda Civic?
I absolutely have, yes.
Because that's what that reminded me of right there with those deadly clotheslines right to the...
It was a
the
crushing
head and neck
blow.
area.
I can see the grimaces in the crowd. I can see the look that's borderline uncomfortable when these two men hit each other with as much power as they have in their bodies, every fiber of their being put on the line here tonight at Clash at the Kallet. Jacoby Riddick signals for the finish. He said this is over. He says he's going to put the Moonlight Sun away. But you never realize how often you use a body part until it's taken away from you. Jacoby Riddick is learning that firsthand right this very moment. He's realizing that his hand is so pivotal to so many parts of the professional wrestling game. A big-time German suplex, but Riddick is right back up.
He ate it. He ate it much like the frittata and mother's cover that I had for breakfast. Just being dumped on his head over and over and still getting up and eating those suplexes.
Dropped flat on his back like a flatter than a Midwest pancake, but hitting that head as well. Huge spear from the Moonlight Sun.
Wait a minute, did you see and hear the face of Skyros? When he hit that spear, I think he jarred his shoulder. He could have separated it.
A Matt classic. A mission statement for new pro wrestling. And you hear the fans saying it, both these guys showing their love and respect, as you said, Beast. But that love and respect extends to these two men. No one wants to see anybody unable to fight another day. Roll through, going for a suplex. Lands a brain buster. Unable to hook the leg deep enough. Unable to cinch in a nice lateral press, and here we see it. Here we see the choke.
And he's got the legs. He's got the legs chicken winged around him there. Got those legs chicken wings trying to just squeeze the air out of him. He's got the choke and squeezing the wind out of those midsection there.
Trying to grab the rope, but Riddick has got the other arm, and there it is!
Oh!
Bending back the fingers!
Oh. Those injured fingers from earlier, like a shark that smells blood. Skyros going for it.
Skyros tried to break the rope. He tried to play by the rules and get that rope break, but he had to resort. Skyfall DDT directly on top of his cranium! And the Moonlight Sun takes the victory in this incredible professional wrestling matchup.
The Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros.
Sometimes you gotta just stay ready at all times. Last time at New Pro Wrestling, I got to go toe-to-toe with my best friend, Mike Skyros. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, Jacoby, you lost. I don't really see it as a loss. I see it as an opportunity to learn. And what I learned is I can hang with the absolute best, because that's who Mike is. Mike is the absolute best. And actually, I was this close to beating him. If I hadn't hurt my fingers, this wouldn't have happened. Who knows what the results could have
Listen,
been?
man, I'm right down the hall. I couldn't help it here. I want to talk about this match too. I just want to let you know, the thing with the hand, it was just the opportunity that presented itself. Hey, I would have done anything to win. You would have done the same thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. I don't blame you for it, but
Yeah.
next time, who knows? Maybe I will come out on top.
Yeah, and it was everything I said. You were every bit as good as I presented you when we talked about it. So, everything's cool. Everything's cool. We got some tag matches to win.
Hell yeah, we do.
Maybe some bigger stuff for you too.
Let's get it done. Let me finish my squats. Ah.